Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at FreeCAD. FreeCAD is a free and open source 3D CAD software, and we're going to be trying it out today with little to no knowledge of how to use it. To give everybody an idea of my knowledge on FreeCAD, the only model I've ever made in it was a rectangle with a hole in the center with beveled edges. And in terms of reading documentation or watching tutorials, I've only watched one video on this entire program. It was about somebody doing the SolidWorks professional certification exam using FreeCAD. So some of you may be asking yourself, why are we checking out FreeCAD when I already have SolidWorks? Well, SolidWorks has one kind of major flaw. It only runs natively and officially on Windows. Yes, I know there's tons of ways of getting it to run on Linux, and I think even some to run on Mac, but I don't want to have to deal with all of that if I have to reinstall it. I just want something I can just download, that I can just install. And FreeCAD has that advantage because it does run on various Linux distros and Mac OS. And I just kind of want to get away from Windows. In fact, SolidWorks is the only application I have that only runs on Windows. I've been trying to find an alternative to SolidWorks that runs either of the other platforms. A lot of them are browser-based applications, and a lot of those browser-based ones save to the cloud. I think there's a couple of them that have limited saves unless you get the premium version of it, which is usually subscription-based, by the way. It's because they're just a glorified website. You need a persistent internet connection, and sometimes the internet goes down and you're trying to do something and it says, oh, no internet. You can't do anything, can't even save because cloud-based and all that, which I think is really dumb. I really think that's dumb. And there are some other softwares that you do install, and they kind of have the same issues, and they're not really my thing. I mean, if you use those, that's great. If you know how to use them and that's what you're comfortable with, that's great. I'm fine with that. But for me, I want something that I install into my computer, that saves to my computer, either has a one-time purchase fee or is entirely free. And FreeCAD fits all of that. So on paper, FreeCAD seems like the best replacement, right? But we will have to figure out how it feels. Actually using the software is where the issues might show up. After this long-winded intro, we're gonna be trying it out today. I will have the link to FreeCAD in the description, and we'll see if it's too good to be true or if it is a viable replacement. So the version of FreeCAD we're going to be using is version 1.02. So what we're going to be modeling is this pulley here. Maybe some of you have seen the pulley before. If you scroll down to the very bottom of my channel, you'll find a SolidWorks series where I made a pulley. This is actually not the original pulley. This is actually a remake, and I posted that video on the second channel, the King Hogarth Free Range channel. So if you want to go check that out, I'll have that linked in the description. But yeah, we're going to be modeling this, even though that was, I think, about a year ago that I did that video on the Free Range channel. My knowledge of SolidWorks has changed a lot. Yeah, this is not something off about all this. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off with the pin. The pin seems pretty easy. I think we go to parametric part. Oh, that's right. We need to change our control settings and our dimension stuff. So we want to go to imperial decimal, which is what SolidWorks, at least what I use in SolidWorks. And also we want to change our settings here. We have CAD. I'm going to do Blender because I am familiar with Blender. For it, we want parametric part. I think we hit create sketch. I want to sketch on the XZ plane. One of the things that's different in FreeCAD to SolidWorks is the plane names. If we go over to SolidWorks here, we can see that we have front plane, top plane, and right plane. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. They're called constraints. They're not called relations. They're called constraints. So we want to create a line, and I think we'll just sketch out the base thing here. There's no, it doesn't seem to, there's a, oh, okay. So you hold down control, we can change the angle. That's good. Good to know. And I think we go, oh man, that's kind of difficult. The dots are really small. Probably have to go and change that in the settings. SolidWorks allows you to have the, what's the word? When you click it, it makes the next line kind of thing. That's probably a setting I haven't configured. I haven't configured this at all. This is just, other than the dimensions and stuff, this is all I've done. SolidWorks has a little feature that has a little line that goes over and tells you where it is. I think maybe if we line this line up to the edge there, it should be We'll just do that. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna go this point to this. We're gonna do a coincident constraint. Yes, I do that. This to this also becomes coincident. We could also hit just C, I guess. Yeah, we could hit C. Now time for the dimensioning part. I want to be able to grab our dimension. I don't want to go to, I don't think I do line in this one. They do point. So if we go point to point, for instance, and we go over. Let me see. How do we do the, that doesn't really work for me. I think we have a construction line. We might be able to do this. No? Alrighty. That's going to be a problem. SolidWorks, if you don't know, if we click here, this line here to this line here, we can actually go to the opposite side of the sketch here, and we'll create a dimension of if it was revolved. Or it would be a 1/4 inch here or 1/2 inch here. So it does not appear that FreeCAD has that ability. We're going to continue on dimensioning the rest of it. Yeah, we're just going to do 0.25. That's also not funny. That's bad. That's terrible. Okay. Not bad, it's just annoying. I guess FreeCAD just automatically measures stuff for you. Okay. This could be a setting. This could be a setting that I have to disable. Oh man, do we have to just figure out all the configuration stuff first? Let's go to preferences. Let's see what we got here. Well, there's probably somebody out there who has a video on it. Like I said, I have no tutorials, no knowledge of this at all. 0.07, and then the rest of them should just be the same numbers because nothing's really going. So 0.1. Okay. So I think it's, yeah, fully constrained. So we close that. And then if we want to revolve it, we need to use something referred to as a revolution. The terms they use here is pad and revolution. SolidWorks, they use extrude and revolve. I mean, this should be pretty obvious what it does, right? Pad a sketch, though, doesn't really any different here. Yeah, I guess that's it. Just have to hit that and it revolves automatically. Next part is going to be the axles. Continuous draw does not seem... It's probably a feature. I'm going to hope it's a feature that we can continuously draw, but it doesn't seem like it right now. And I just realized I messed up bad. The axle's supposed to have a hole in it, so we need to actually delete this line. Let me see if we delete it. Did we delete the line? Yes. Can we? We can just delete the. Can we just delete the constraint here? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, we didn't actually have to delete the line. Okay. 0.1. There we go. So that should be fully constrained. All right, close. All right. I think it's time for the last revolved part. And that is the wheel. It has symmetry to it. It's got 2 revolved dimensions. So this is 1 inch, and this is that divided by 2, which we will figure that out. Oh, we should see if it has math functions. Can we do math on it? Like, that'd be cool if it had math. Yeah, what I mean by math is I can type in like the 2 inches, divide and hit divide by 2, right? So let's just draw the general shape once again. We are going to give FreeCAD the benefit of the doubt and say that there are some configurations that I did not have set correctly. Is there a sketch mirror? That would be kind of cool if we had sketch mirror as well. I don't use sketch mirror personally. I will just draw out the shape like we're doing here. But if it has a sketch mirror that actually functions, because SolidWorks' one is a little bit hit or miss, or if it'll work. Okay, so first things first, I want to do is model the center here. Let's see. I want to know math. So if I go 0.27 divided by 2, it does. Yeah, it has the math. Yeah, it's got mathematics. Okay, cool. Do we not have a collinear? It doesn't appear we have collinear constraints in here. We might just have to do a center line, a vertical center line. So I guess we'll just do that. Like, it's not my favorite, but I guess it works. I mean, if there's no collinear, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. All right, now symmetry. For the very limited time I've used FreeCAD, one of the few tools I used, and symmetry was one of them. And it did not seem to really run that well. I don't think line works with symmetry, right? It needs to be point between 2 points and a respective line as third point. Yes, it needs to be points. So if I do this point to this line here, it turns orange, and it is symmetric. It is symmetric. Okay. Redundant constraints. Where's the other? I don't know what this error. Okay, so what do you mean redundant? There's only one constraint here. I'm confused and slightly worried. Sketch with redundant constraints. Please remove the following redundant constraint. This one is what they want me to remove. So if I erase this, that is a vertical constraint that got removed. Well, we're going to continue on with this. And if it goes and screams at me, that's fine. Can I just remove it? Let's just delete it. Is that fine? It seems to be fine. Probably doing something wrong. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Again, with the redundant constraint. Remove constraint 35. Okay. And it's symmetric again. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's close out the box here. It's taking up half the screen. I am a person who does not believe that this is a redundant constraint, but okay. Like I said, that's what this video is about. This video is about seeing the differences between them and how they handle stuff. So, glad we find these problems and find these solutions. At least it's got a good, solution checker. So that's good. I like that. It does tell you what's wrong and where the problem is. Good on you, FreeCAD developers. I really do appreciate that you actually have a good error detection and error reporting. That's really nice. There we go. This should be fully constrained, and we should be able to do a revolve. There we go. Second step is quite simple. This is another one of those weird learned it later things. I have a sketch and a circular pattern feature. In my opinion, the proper way of doing this is to do a sketch circular pattern and then just have the cut, not having an extra feature. But other people have their opinions. I had a different opinion back then. This is how it is now. Nothing really to it. All right, and then we go to sketch here. It should be 2 dimensions from the center line to the center of the circle. It should be no, bad. That is bad. Who taught you that? Oh, first off, this is not the right thing. We need to turn this into a this guy. There we go. Oh, I love that feature. That's a cool little button there. And then I don't know where pattern is. Where's pattern? Selected geometries, copies and enables circular patterns. Okay, so these are patterns. So if I click the circle, I can select circular pattern. Okay, and then copies of it. Well, let me see. How many holes do we have first? We have 8. And do I have to select the middle point too? 90 degrees. I don't know. Let's say 180. Oh my goodness. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we do have to put -1. Because SolidWorks counts the thing you're copying as 1. We select the circle. That's what we're copying. We click this guy. I forgot to put the number in. Oh, this is not gonna be fun at all. I know you probably the FreeCAD aficionados are probably cringing right now. It's like, what is this idiot doing? He doesn't know what he's doing. I know that. I understand. I get mad at people too. Would it be that way? Yeah, it would be that. Yeah. Sure. Sure, we'll do that. That'll work. We should be able to do a cut. These things are called pockets. We want to do symmetric plane. There we go. And we hit OK. And yeah, there it is. There it is. The Pulley wheel is done. Okay. And the last part is my favorite because it is the one that requires multiple sketches. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do XY plane. And we're going to be doing symmetry. We're going to be doing this. So we have a 2-inch and a 0.27. Fun fact about this 0.27 here. This is the correct diameter for a standard 1/4-20 screw. And the hole spacing, being 2 inches, actually allows it to be attached to a pegboard. Put some circles here. We're going to use an equal constraint because back when I made the first model, this was not equal, and I had 2 dimensions, and they were off. So the actual fully printed one I have will not fit a 1/4-20 screw on one of the holes. Let's see if we do that. Do the symmetry. I guess we didn't click enough things. Okay, I get it. We didn't click enough. Okay, close the error log, please. I don't like that. It's really distracting. And then we want to use our pad. So we haven't used pad yet. And how thick was it? 0.2. There we go. Now we need to make the center posts. We're going to just take this dimension here. And we're going to cut that dimension in half. We're going to add a plane. I forgot to add planes. How do you add a plane? We have the MacBook here. How to make a plane in FreeCAD. Let's see. Alternatively, you can use the create datum plane. Where's our little thing? It would be the YZ. Okay, so we have access to all the planes now. If we select this plane here, there we go. Offset in direction. Which direction is it gonna be? No, I don't know. It's getting a little bit wonky here. Okay, that doesn't seem like the right direction. What about Z direction? There we go. Z. The Z direction? That's a little strange. All right, what's our number? Our number is going to be 0.47 divided by 2. So this is going to be 0.47 divided by 2 is going to be the offset. Ooh, how do we connect it to another, like a point here? I want to be able to attach this to another line. External geometry. Click an edge to link external geometry. There we go. I want this edge right here. Already exists in the sketch. Okay. I get it. Fine. Disable it. Give me the thing back. What do you mean redundant? Okay, we're gonna undo a lot of this stuff. We want to draw our square. So the only thing we have to do is somehow link it to the edge of this right here. So we want to do external, and we want to click the edge here, right? So we got that there. So if I grab this and this point here, and we do a coincident, there we go. Okay, hole. Where's the hole? Here's the hole. No, bad. That was bad. There we go. So this is 1.4, and this is 0.26. So we want to pad this out by 0.2 in that direction. So the next thing we want to do is we want to mirror this. I don't know. Let's see. Can we do a mirror? Where is our mirror? How do we do clone? Boolean operation. Maybe it's Boolean operation. Isometric view. Isometric exercise. Select the pad feature you wish to do in the tree. Click the mirror button on the toolbar. Oh, it's there. It's there. I want it on this plane here. It says it's mirrored. That didn't work. Oh, there you go. Okay, you have to select reference, and then you click that. Okay. All right. So mirror, come on. Mirror does work. All right. Now time for something potentially easier. These little arm things. I wonder if we can select the edge to make the plane on here. I think we can. Let's just select the face. So we're going to select the face, and we're going to do the plane. There we go. There we go. Faces change, by the way, and at least in SolidWorks, they change a lot. So that's why normally I don't like using faces, but this already is quick and dirty. We need a triangle. So triangle here. What did we do for the triangles? It's just a triangle. 8-7 is where it's located. 3 inches from there, an inch tall. That means editing each individual one of these things would be a pain in the neck. So I guess, well, here's what I'll do. Create external geometry on this guy here. This guy and this point here become coincident. I'm going to do another external geometry because I keep clicking this. When I want external geometry, I keep clicking that line. I don't want it. I want the line behind it. Can I have the line behind it, please? Fine. We're going to click this line instead. This is the line we're getting instead. So you go to this point. You're going to go to that point. There we go. Oh, wait, tasks. We have this guy, yes. Delete this guy. There we go. All we need to do now is just put a height constraint. That's just 1 inch. There we go. We're just going to do a mirror. So if I select all the lines here. All right, so you should just be flopping around now, right? Okay, let's redo that. Create symmetry constraints, I guess, maybe we do that. There we go, fully constrained. Okay. We do pad, and then we hide this guy, hide it, right? We select the pad, and we mirror about the XZ plane. And there we go. So now we need to make an assembly. So we need to make a new, or can we just do it here? Okay, well, we will probably come back to the assemblies thing later because it is getting kind of frustrating. So we'll have to do a little more research on that. And instead, we're going to move on to doing something different. I want to export them. We can export them as step files, which is what I usually use for 3D printing. I use step files. Export visible objects. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Where's it saved to? Yeah, there it is. There's the body step file. Go create new project. Drag and drop that in here. Yeah, it gives me stuff. There we go. Okay. So that should be the whole thing. We're gonna align it so it kind of looks cool when we're. Gotta remember when we gotta make it look cool when we're for the time lapse. We're gonna slice the plate, and we'll be back when it's done. And after 5.5 hours later, we have our pulley. As you can see, it functions just fine, and also is printed in this nice blue and green shift silk PLA. It's really nice. Really like the colors of it. Though one thing to mention is just dropped out. It's the pin does not fit into the axle here. I completely forgot that this model was designed with a 0.4 nozzle in mind, and this was printed with a 0.2. So the tolerances and everything are different. But very simple fix. We can just reprint this thing. Wouldn't take too long. But we're not doing that in this video because this video is not about this pulley. It is about FreeCAD. Overall, I think FreeCAD is good. Well, it worked better than I thought, to be honest. A lot less janky than I was initially thinking it was going to be. It's actually quite polished. Nothing wrong with a little bit of jank. Builds character for the user and also adds a little bit of charm to the software in general. So nothing wrong with a little bit of jank, as long as it works. Another thing that really surprised me was I could easily get used to it. I'm pretty sure 3D CAD control schemes and systems like that are all standardized, so not too surprising there. Because I did use Autodesk Fusion, whatever the free one was, and it pretty much felt the same as SolidWorks. In fact, I had a SolidWorks control scheme, and I could pretty much make this if I wanted to in it. But it required an account, persistent internet connection, and you had limited saves. FreeCAD doesn't have any of that, so FreeCAD wins in that regard. The ability to translate my SolidWorks knowledge to FreeCAD was cool. Really, really nice. Really nice. Now, of course, we also ran into some little issues and quirks, but after looking through the footage, and it's really funny. The footage is really funny because it's my live reaction, but this is me talking about it after the live reaction and actually editing most of the most of that footage. I came to the realization a lot of those issues are easily solved either by configuring something in the settings or watching a tutorial and reading the documentation. In fact, we actually did some of those simple fixes by searching some of the answers online. The issues aren't really issues, I'm pretty sure a lot of those things I was doing was completely wrong. Like, for instance, the symmetry constraint, I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong there. I'm going to have to look up a tutorial for that. When I was dimensioning the holes for the wheel here, and it created an angle mate. And I zoomed into the spot where that happened, and I noticed I clicked the line just because the point was really small. But there's a simple solution for that. Just go into the configuration, change the point size. And then, of course, we also had the issue with the diameter dimensioning. Yeah, that, I'm pretty sure I'm doing something wrong. I'm pretty sure there's either a tool I'm supposed to be using, because there is a diameter dimension tool. I did notice that. It could be that, but it also could be a key binding, like you hold down a key and then you click the lines and stuff and then it works. Maybe that's how it works with symmetry too. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably something I'm doing wrong, and a tutorial and then reading the documentation would definitely fix that. Now, of course, one question remains. Is it a viable replacement for SolidWorks? I would say yes. Yes, it is. At least for me. a hobbyist who makes pulleys that are probably not mechanically sound, and also 3D printed furniture. I'm not sure how well it works professionally, because I'm not a professional. I don't use this stuff professionally. I would have to talk to professionals for that. I think it's fine. I think it's a good alternative. For the day, SolidWorks will inevitably become unusable because of a Windows update. I will still be using SolidWorks. For one, I spent money on it, and I don't want that money to go to waste. And also, it still functions. The inevitably horrible Windows update hasn't come out yet, so we're still going to be using SolidWorks. I will still be messing around and checking out FreeCAD because, I really like it, and we've only scratched the surface on what this software can do. Whole bunch of other stuff that I haven't even looked into. And maybe the next time we see FreeCAD on the channel, maybe we'll explore some of those features. We will see. We'll have to see. But yeah, definitely would recommend checking it out. I'll have a link to the FreeCAD website in the description below. Hope you found this video useful in some way, either entertaining or generally cool, I guess. Helpful, I don't know. But yeah, and if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.